Alright, so we're recording now. Sloshed Boyz Entertainment, Nick and Peyton.
What's up?
Nick.
How we doing? I honestly burped a little bit when I first tried saying my name. So.
It's all good. I mean, we're not here to impress people. That's not why I started this podcast. I'll tell you that much. You had major problems about the school system growing up. Next to burning down the bathroom, what else would you like to talk about?
I mean, that's just the start of, like, my bad experience with school system in Virginia. I mean, I don't know how it is anywhere else, but my personal experience in Virginia is that we have a very crooked school system, and throughout the high school, elementary school, colleges, I feel Virginia's school system is very crooked.
I will be honest, I do agree with you when Miss Cho did run the school like a dictatorship, but that was after you burned down the bathroom.
Well,
but she, regardless, she was a cunt.
Well, for the record, that was an accident. Like, nobody knows that, but that was a fucking accident. Like, and total you were fuck up.
Woo! Sloshed Boyz Entertainment, yo. I got two guests with me. I got my boy Peyton. I don't know if he's gonna say too much. We might have to bleep out his name because he might not be okay with being on recording with what's gonna be said. And then Nick Koski, he's a piece of shit. So. But yeah, Nick has huge problems about the school system. So do I. Look what it did to me. I mean, what else though? Topics.
The way that you're judged off fucking homework and bullshit. Like, what does homework show you about a 8-year-old kid that he can fucking get a chore done? You're not teaching him anything. And as time goes on, it's still the same repetitive things these teachers are doing. They're giving you all this excess amount of work. And then you go to college and then you barely have any work. You have all this time on your hands. And you can cheat a lot easier. And kids are getting hired for big jobs after they just cheated their way through fucking college.
I think he's just admitting how hard schoolwork was for Nick.
That's all I'm running.
Yeah, you do got a good point. You do got a. What were you gonna say though, Peyton?
Yeah, no, I've been.
But fucking you're right though. I see a lot of people that I went to school with at Lake Braddock that are graduating with prestigious degrees to go on to do very important jobs. And I would never trust them because I used to sell them weed. Right. I used to rob those people. Who the fuck pays $25 for a G at the age of 15?
Politicians.
You gotta... You don't
doctors.
Have if you don't have street smarts, I don't want you running our country or doing surgery on me. I'm just saying that right now.
That's fair.
And I mean, not to say that people aren't working hard to get these jobs, but I'm just saying that coming from an area like this, we are blessed to have a lot of money going into our education system, but why is it spent on such fucking bullshit?
Well, why did I have to take gourmet foods as an 18-year-old?
Yeah. Or like we don't learn anything about paying our taxes or how the IRS can throw you in jail if you file your taxes wrong or just little shit that they don't tell you.
You can long divide though.
Yeah, you can long divide and do algebra 2 and all of that shit. But when was the last time anybody's done that?
I'm going to be honest. I cheated my way through.
Oh, God knows I can.
Shout out to Mrs. K.
And I mean, kids are put in a position to where they have no choice but to cheat because there's so much work that they're getting and it's stressful. And teachers aren't taking the time to ask kids what's actually going on at home. So you have this kid that could potentially be failing school because you're giving him all this fucking work. Meanwhile, he's going to bed at 5 a.m. every morning, right before school starts at 7 a.m., and he's got fucked up shit going on.
Well, that's a huge thing that I have a problem with now is
Or he's
this.
on fucking Xbox.
Yeah.
No, that's a
Be
huge
honest.
thing. That's a huge problem that I have right now is these all these send these kids back to school signs because the schools have been closed because
Right.
and all school really was for me was babysitting.
Exactly.
It was
Something
just-
to
it was
just
just-
occupy you while your parents are at work.
So I wasn't
for
selling
7 hours.
drugs and doing property damage in my neighborhood. That's the only reason I was in school. Otherwise, I should have been taught HVAC by the age of 11, and by now I could have been a master technician. Imagine how greater the world would have been if I was a master technician versus doing a podcast with you fucking idiots.
I mean, that's another thing. Like, nobody talks about trade school as an option until you're fucking at the end and you don't know what the fuck you're going to do and you're in panic mode.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that song that I was blessed with was my dad fucking, you know my fucking dad.
Yeah.
He taught me from, I used to get in trouble at home, so my punishment was to go to work with my dad. So I learned how to do grouting, painting, fucking hanging up shingles, shit, like all this like handyman shit, and I liked it. Next thing you
Good
know,
shit
you
to know.
Yeah, it's good shit to know because eventually you're either gonna have to pay somebody to do it or do it yourself. Why not do it yourself? Save a
Exactly.
fucking buck or two.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, that shit's really not offered. All this like school shit comes down to, especially in our areas, you have to go to college.
Yeah, if you don't go to college, you're
fucked.
You're
It's-
fucked. You're a
it's-
loser. You're looked at lower.
It's
than
the path. It's so focused on that path of high school, good grades, college, good grades, get the degree, get the job, start the family, have the babies, and then it's so focused on that path of life, and it just feeds it to you, forces it down your throat the whole time.
No,
It doesn't give you any other outlet for any creativity or some other shit like that.
No, yeah, and that's one thing too is like I do hate the idea that everyone's so special that they have to go out and do their own thing and create their own business and everyone's going to be a CEO. I strongly disagree with that. But at the same time, like, dude, like we can't have like everyone be a cog in the fucking machine and become like, you know, a fucking financier or whatever the fucking school system wants to pump you out to be. And it lacks that fucking shit that Peyton just said about having passion about something. Creativity. Trade schools, bro. Like, I love working with my hands. I fucking love my job, dude. I really do. And sometimes I believe I may be autistic because of it, but that's a whole nother story.
Well, kids go to school to try to make the most money possible, not to be happy.
Exactly.
Happiness is not part of the equation. It's how much can I get out of going here. Meanwhile, you're putting yourself in debt potentially, and there's a whole lot of other factors that can contribute to you fucking that situation up.
Yeah, you kind of wonder if that might be a good thing or not. Like, because at the same time that money that you could be making off like some high paying job, moneyness, I don't care what you say, it can buy you happiness.
Oh yeah,
it fucking can.
Hell yeah. I mean,
let's get the mic a little more centered so Nick pick it. Yeah. Speaking to it just a little bit.
Yo. You want me to tap on it? You want me to knock on it?
You're doing perfect.
All right.
I love what you're doing.
But basically, the whole reason I wanted to talk about the school system is because I just started thinking my whole experience with the school system was not positive in my eyes. I mean, from the start.
Can we kind of go over what the fuck happened with you in the school system and starting that? I mean, if this ever goes up, me and Nick went to elementary school together. We were a year apart. You want to talk about this whole shit?
Yeah, I'm down to get into it.
Bro, okay. Take the lead.
Well, for starters, I'm a child of divorce. So before I ever went to White Oaks, the school I went to with Ian, I fucking went to 3 other elementary schools.
Yes, sir.
So when I went to these elementary schools, every single one was different, and every single one had a different way of handling the kids. So when I got to White Oaks, this Burke bubble, it was just a different environment. The schools are nicer. The teachers are better in quotes. You know, you'd think they'd be better.
In quotes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was a good kid, but I started getting into some things when I was a little kid, you know, just
you liked having fun.
Yeah, I liked having fun
around the neighborhood. There's nothing wrong with that. So what? You found a lighter.
Yeah.
So what? Your grandma smoked.
Yeah. So I mean, to cut that beginning part short, I mean, one day I showed up to school, 5th grade. Me and my buddy Ryan West, we went into the bed. R.I.P. Ryan West.
R.I.P.
We went into the school and we just ended up playing around with the lighters in the bathroom. Next thing you know, I lit a paper towel on fire. It burned my hand, and it just floated into that trash can. I didn't put it in the trash can, but it floated into there.
I love this story.
For some reason, I do not believe that is the way it went down. But for the sake of the podcast, I will go with that story.
Great story, though.
But
all right, well, continue before I go into it.
So that paper towel goes in there, and I'm going to tell you, it's the craziest start to a fire I've ever seen, because all the paper towels in the trash can instantly combusted.
You're like, wow, fucking paper is flammable? What the fuck?
I just didn't expect that.
Who would've knew that?
Like, 10-year-old naive kid, like, I'm just thinking it's just going to go there and go out. So it just goes crazy, and I panic, and I have a can of Axe in my backpack, and I'm like, fuck, I got to get rid of this Axe. So I threw it in the fucking trash can.
Wow.
And it fucking blew up in my face. And me and Ryan are over at the sink trying to put it out, and it's just impossible. So we did what any scared kid would do, is run out of the school.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think this is the honest story, but if this is truthfully what happened, that is the funniest shit.
I mean,
it's
just a crazy situation for a kid to be in.
I mean, yeah, you were fucking 11.
Yeah,
I was already dead, and then he said the axe part, where he threw the axe into the fire. At that point, the whole scenario in my head was like, they took this as a bomb. They definitely shut the school down.
Dude. So mind you, I'm 10, 11 years old, and they're throwing charges at me, like arson and some other charge that was like endangering minors.
Yeah.
And I'm a minor myself.
Yeah.
Not even a teenager yet.
They were just labeling you as a terrorist.
Yeah.
A psycho at this point.
The whole reason that this is a significant part or a story to me is because I was dragged into this whole predicament. Okay?
Well,
so I showed Nick how to do the whole axe and lighter thing, making the flamethrower, probably like 2 days before, and we were in the woods in our neighborhood. We were neighbors growing up. I was showing him. I think we were with Sue, man, and we were just burning shit left and right.
Yeah,
in the
just
woods.
Some pyros, that pyro phase.
Okay, so the kid that Nick was in the bathroom with, Ryan West, R.I.P. His older brother was in my grade. Nick and Ryan and Kyle's little brother were in the same grade. I was with Kyle in math class, and we hear the fire alarm go off. We immediately look at each other and say, "Yeah, Nick and Ryan go outside." We get sent outside. Not fucking 3 minutes later, when we're standing out there, Ian Martin. Kyle West, can you guys come with us? We have some questions for you.
It was
quick. I'm the fucking fire marshal of Fairfax County talking to me, asking why my cousin,
oh my God,
which is a whole other thing to get into. Me and Nick aren't cousins, but that was thrown into the mix. Why I was helping him be a domestic terrorist at our elementary school.
Yeah. I mean, they really tried to throw the book at us. I mean, we had the fireman interrogating us like he was FBI.
You taught him. I guess it means you're responsible, man. You're a piece of shit.
Well, that was the thing was, I think after fucking me and Kyle got pulled out and the whole situation happened and everyone was back in school, Miss Cho came to the classroom, our assistant principal, Miss Cho came to my classroom and said, "Ian, grab your backpack and come with me." She pulled my backpack and then just put it to the back. You know the cubbies that we had? She pulled my backpack out of the cubby and then took it to the back of the classroom where it was still visible to the entire classroom and just dumped everything out and just found a lighter. And then I got 5 days of in-school suspension.
Wow.
Over a lighter in your backpack.
Over a lighter. Not to mention that I was getting like literally police searched in front of 12-year-olds as a 12-year-old.
I love how they treated you guys like full adults though the entire time.
No, like the way that they
criminals.
Okay, I'm not gonna act like it was like a huge thing for me. It sucked for me, but what they did to Nick was fucked up. He should be in jail based on the way they treated him, bro. They were breeding a fucking criminal.
Oh yeah, he was out of it.
The way they handled it,
He
bro.
was out of it. He's dangerous.
That situation changed me as a little. Like, I'm way different now than
bro,
what I
I'm
was.
fucking proud of you for that shit, bro. For real. You're like as a young kid, like just being targeted and told how bad you were all the time. And I know that's what they were doing to you because that's what they were doing to me.
Oh, dude.
And I wasn't
Terrible.
getting expelled or sent to a different school like you were.
Yeah, I mean, they sent me to an alternative learning center, is what they called it, ALC.
Yeah, they sent you to fucking a little JDC.
Yeah, pretty much. And it was just with all kids that have been expelled in elementary school.
They're sending you with the other bad kids to make other bad friends.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Peyton.
Yeah. Exactly what you just said. I was just.
So, I mean, you could imagine, like, being a little kid and not thinking you're that bad, but then being told that all the time, it kind of changes your perspective of yourself.
Bro, it fucks with your head.
Yeah.
I mean, growing up, like, I don't know exactly when I started, like, perceiving that, but I started perceiving that as a young age that I was a bad person. And I don't know.
Right.
I'm still trying to figure out to this day where that came from. But I always thought about
figures.
I always thought about myself as like a bad person. And then once you deal with that and you have that in your mind, you kind of just say, "Fuck it, I'm gonna lean into it."
Right.
And then you start doing even worse shit, and that's what creates fucking people in prison. Like and then that like so fucking like when I hit 7th grade. I wasn't selling weed like crazy. I had smoked weed. I had maybe like middleman sold it to a couple people. But by that time, like 2 months into like coming to Lake Braddock, being in a new school in 7th grade, I was getting searched by the security guards in front of my fucking classmates. Okay, so next thing you know,
it never stopped. It went from elementary to high school. I started thinking maybe I just have one of those faces or some shit like that.
So and then so I already have this reputation, right?
Exactly.
I can't get rid of it.
It carries over from.
It carries over. I can't get rid of it, and then it's like, all right, like now I hang out with the older kids. I know where to get the weed from. Next thing I know, a couple people were asking me, "Oh, you smoke?" Oh, yeah, I have a couple of times. Can I get some off you? Can you get me some? Yeah. And then next thing you know, I'm actually selling drugs. You guys created this.
Yeah.
You guys created a fucking
just like
drug dealer criminal. By fucking, like, taking what? Like, just treating me like a fucking piece of shit because I had a lighter in my backpack?
Yeah.
Look
and
what
it was so innocent.
And Nick, that's why I appreciate. That's why I commend you more than anybody, bro. Is because you took your situation and you learned from a young age, like, okay, I'm not gonna fuck up again. I continuously did that shit.
Well, bro, it was so fucking scary for a kid. I thought I was going to jail. The way my mom looked at me after she found out about that shit, I never forgot that, you know. And not like anymore. Like my mom doesn't scare me these days, you know. But when I was a kid,
don't lie.
Mom's just scary. Yeah.
She's pretty scary.
I'm gonna make sure your mom hears this.
Nah, but like when you're a kid and like, you know, my mom was a single mom living at home with me, just disappointment, man. It's just crazy. And just thinking that my future was ruined. The way they put it to me was like, there's no future for you, dude.
See that.
Like they set me up with a mindset at a young age that like I had no fucking way of getting past this one situation. And I was constantly reminded of it for the next couple of years until I got to Lake Braddock. But even to get into Lake Braddock, I had to have a meeting with Mr. Jackson, where he was writing down things I was saying, like approving me to kind of go to the school, telling me who I could and couldn't be around, and if I fuck up one time, I'm done. You know, that's basically the way it was put to me when I got to Lake Braddock.
It's like, and like I want to remind anybody, the very few people that will listen to this, that this is a comedy podcast. But fuck, my man's just spitting some facts and like, God damn, dude. Like, the education system in the United States, it's good compared to the rest of the world. I'll give it that, but man, the flaws in it are incredible. I mean, like, you guys remember going to school in Lake Braddock and walking in and seeing the school cops with bulletproof vests on?
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of their way, I guess, of scaring kids.
Of what, intimidating the kids learning English and math?
It was an intimidation tactic, and their way of justifying it was, you know, the potential of a school shooter or something like that, which is justifiable, but...
I mean, I came to school, I had it in the drop ceiling in the...
Jeez. See, man, I didn't have any of that, so I didn't even know that kind of stuff was going on.
So what did their bulletproof vests help?
Nothing.
That's
true.
Like, bro, did you see the security, like, towards the... Do you remember what they did to that one lady that was trying to bring her daughter her schoolwork? She didn't speak any English. She's trying to come through the front door, and she didn't speak any English, and she tries walking past that security podium.
Suspect.
Yeah.
And they put her down on the ground and had their knee on this bitch's back for trying to come give her daughter her homework.
And, bro, you know what I just started thinking about with the security at Lake Braddock? There's probably like 3-4 years worth of footage of you just walking around the school after they put those cameras up.
Yeah, there definitely is. When they put those up, what was that?
Oh, dude, by the
sophomore
time,
year or something.
By the time I was in the school, there was... They put all those... That
was a big change.
They put 70-something cameras in the school... when I got to 8th grade, so when you guys got to school in 2010, right? Yeah.
10.
So 2010, they put 70-something cameras inside the school. But you want to know what the funny thing is? No locker bay cameras.
Yeah, no locker.
It's funny how they still had blind spots, like they were making like a prison situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was to monitor us like some zoo animals.
But yeah, well, if you want to monitor everybody like correctly, why are you leaving blind spots? Especially if you had the funding to put fucking 70 cameras inside a school.
The school system is like, I feel like it's almost like a shepherd and a herd. And they're herding certain people a certain way and a certain other demographic another way. And the kids are so young and just in it that they're almost like the sheep, just getting herded in their direction without knowing. And it's already too late because by the time you get out, you're 18 and they've already done it to you at that point. It's already taken course, the course they sent you on.
And that's the thing, too, is like...
Or so people think.
It's like I had... And like, I hate sitting here like... bad-mouthing school, like I didn't have some amazing fucking teachers either.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I had,
without a doubt.
I literally had some teachers that fucking changed my entire life. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like at the same time, like some of those people in that school, like made me like what they did to you, Nick, made me feel like a fucking criminal. Made me feel like I was never gonna be able to have a future. Anything to look forward to, it didn't matter. And that's what pushed me to not give a fuck and make mistakes and go on with this like fucked up lifestyle that I was living, especially when I was in high school.
Exactly. If you think about the people who could have been like a mentor to you or you feel me, actually looked out for you, you see that they didn't. They chose not to when you look back on it now. And that's actually terrible for the people who are educating you.
And it's not to say people do have great experiences coming through school, and we just happen to have a biased perspective because of the situations that happened to us and the way the teachers handled us as we were coming up. But, I mean, the fact of the matter is we get judged as society based on how you do in school. So if you're like fucking up in school, I mean, like my situation at home wasn't bad, but it wasn't like the best in the world.
Yeah.
And I come to school, I have a class at 6 a.m. in the morning, 7 a.m., whenever it is. And I'm coming off of like not sleeping because of what I got going on at home, and I didn't do my homework, and I have all this other shit going on. Nobody really reached out a hand to like help or ask me what was going on. Instead, you just get a failing grade, then you go to summer school, and it's just the process.
I mean, and that's what I was getting at about the teachers. Like, the only reason I feel like I made it through high school is because those very few teachers that actually did care and reached out to me. And they knew I was going through shit. They knew I was not on the right path and all this shit.
Yeah, I mean, shouts out to my guidance counselor for holding it down. Straight up.
Okay.
We might have to bleep that out, but, like, shouts out. She's the realest.
I'll bleep out the names if this goes up. I was thinking about Garrison. Fuck is his name? He looks like fucking Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, Garner.
Gardner. Yeah.
Mr. Garner.
Mr. Gardner. Hey, yo, someone I'm still in contact with, bro. I got his fucking phone number. Mr. Harris.
Mr. Harris still hits me up. Mr. Harris is still in contact.
Those people are like
guy.
the reason. Those are the only type of people that should be educators.
Yeah,
like because they give a fuck.
They care.
They're not there because they couldn't get into another job.
And they're not pissed about that.
No, they want to fucking be there for people.
Exactly.
Like, and fuck all these other and that's the same way with any other profession. And I understand, like, not everyone can get the profession that they want, but what do you see with the police? Like, you think all these people want to be cops? No.
Detectives
you think
and
they
other
take their
shit.
training serious? And I'm not saying like that's the it's not even the tip of the iceberg or the problem with that. But like you gotta be passionate about what you do, man. And if you don't give a fuck, it's gonna show, and it's gonna affect literally everybody. Like and it comes down to like the most minuscule part of life, like your 7-Eleven clerk, dude. He doesn't give a fuck about, like, ringing up his customers fast enough. What happens? People are going to stop coming to that 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Stop fucking investing in the franchise. It's going to close. It's what it is.
It's what it is, man. It's a crazy system we got.
All right, so we're off this fucking, what are we at right now? I'm at bars. I don't know how long we've been talking for. I like this, ain't this shit fun?
Yeah, it's fun. It's pretty fun, man. I mean, it's a nice way to get some shit off your chest, you know? Because the school thing, I mean, I could go on for hours about, like, how I feel about the way things are run, you know? Because I see so many different situations. I see kids that got great jobs, and then I see kids that consider themselves at the bottom of the barrel because of the way the school situation turned out for them. And I mean, the rest, after elementary school, the only thing that was bad about my school experience was the way administrators were, and I just didn't get good grades, straight up. But I find a hard time dealing with the fact that, like, I have to work extra hard to get a great job, you know? I have to fucking go that extra mile. I don't have a college degree currently to be able to show that I'm employable when I feel that I am employable in a lot of situations, you know?
And everyone wants you to be like, oh, it's not, and you don't want to call it that, but if you really think about it, it kind of almost is a disadvantage, because coming out of high school, you feel me, if you're cut short like that, it is going to be hard to get the job and get the degree, because you're not off to that same running start as everybody else. And they'll be like, oh, you did it to yourself, and you did at the end of the day, but there's people that could have helped you get going in the right direction. The people who are supposed to be doing that.
That's the thing is, like, I was never told by my high school, hey, go to Edison and do academy for HVAC.
Right.
I was told, I think, by like a friend or my mom told me about the program. The school never said, hey, you suck at this whole math, fucking science, coming to school,
chemistry.
And it's not like I sucked at it. It's just I couldn't. I want to work with my hands. That's just who I am as a person.
You weren't passionate about it.
I went to Edison. Fucking A's. 2 years I went there. A+ every fucking year, all 4 quarters. Like, got a job out of there, bro. And now I have a fucking career.
Yeah.
Like, I literally have a fucking career. I have something to look to coast off of for the rest of my life.
And they didn't suggest it to you, right? They didn't help you get there at all.
No one at the school suggested that to me. I got told that.
They'll just fail you.
Yes. No. They'll fail you, and they'll keep telling you, oh, wait, you just weren't trying hard enough.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just, no, you just need to do this or that. No. This is just not what's for you.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, man. Like, and yo, these fields, like the trades fields, are dying for fucking workers. And they pay good money, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you can make six figs off of doing something like that.
Fucking, and the thing about the whole stigma behind trades is, oh, I gotta be on my hands and knees all day. Bro, you know what it's like for me to do a check and clean HVAC? I pull out my meter, I take a couple amperage readings, I look at the condenser coil, I look at the fucking evaporator coil, check for gas leaks if I'm doing a furnace, and that's it.
Yeah, they don't encourage
fucking
other
bucks.
sources.
Do 10 of those a day. Boom. $200. Fuck you.
Yeah.
What the fuck do I need to know math for? I don't need to know the hypotenuse, dude.
They don't encourage the hustle. They just want worker bees. They want you to sit at your desk and fucking write your essays and do your math problems and then feed you through.
And I understand they want you to they're trying to teach you discipline, I guess, but they're going about it the wrong way. Yeah. But I'm gonna cut this off. I like where we're going with this. I like the vibe we're going. But I want to get out the school section. I'm gonna pause this, and we're gonna take a sip of something, and we're gonna think about something else to talk about. All right? I like this shit. Sloshed Boyz.